Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Today, I wanted to take the time to formally introduce myself and talk a little bit about what this channel is actually about. My name is Christina, and this channel is where I explore energy healing and spirituality through a more practical and grounded framework. My background is a little unconventional. I am a veteran. My path has taken me through social psychology, fashion design, graphic design, systems thinking, behavioral design, and human-centered research, where I eventually landed in product design and UX strategy, working in startups and emerging technology. Across all of it, one thing stayed consistent. I was always the person translating the abstract into something functional and real, which makes me laugh to myself because I'm a person that doesn't really enjoy too much structure in my life. But I made a living creating them for other people. At the same time, I've always been deeply spiritual, but for a long stretch of my life, those two things existed in tension. On one side, I was growing tired of the life I was supposed to want. The career milestones, the going out, the whole architecture of a normal adult life was starting to feel hollow. On the other side, something kept pulling me in a completely different direction, and I knew what it was. I just didn't want to surrender to it. I was scared because I didn't foresee where it was going to lead me. I couldn't control it. I couldn't predict it, and I had to let go of a lot of the things that I thought I wanted. That tension lasted for years. Despite already practicing meditation and energy healing, I kept holding one foot in each world. Eventually, I had to make a choice. I put my spiritual path front and center and fully committed. That decision brought more depth, meaning, and dimension into my life. But while engaging more deeply in this new path, I started noticing something. A lot of concepts in spiritual and energy healing spaces felt undefined. People would talk about ceremonies, initiations, blessings, receiving grace, opening and closing circles. And I kept asking myself, what do these things actually mean? Like, what is actually happening here? What is the theory behind all of this? Not poetically, not symbolically, but practically. If I asked people to clearly define these concepts, a lot of the times the response was, wow, that's actually a really good question. My current teacher jokes that I've made a reputation for always asking for context. What I started to realize is that many spiritual spaces operate through intuition, feeling, and shared atmosphere, but often without clearly articulated frameworks. Not because they are being dishonest, but because a lot of this is absorbed experientially rather than consciously defined. And what I really started noticing was that without shared definitions, people were often not actually on the same page, even when it looked like they were. So I started doing what I do best, trying to build structure in the ambiguity. What I have found is the act of defining these concepts, ideas, or practices within the energy healing and spiritual world makes them so much more powerful to work with. Why? Because when you bring conscious awareness to something and genuinely explore and understand it, you can embody it better and harness its power more elegantly and directly. And that's really what led me to create this channel. This channel is really about exploration, bringing the abstract into something more concrete and practical so you can explore it with more depth. It's about asking better questions, trying to create language around difficult experiences, and investigate what might actually be happening beneath the surface of consciousness, the human experience, and the tools we use in energy healing. My goal is threefold. First, to define terms that are frequently used but rarely examined in spiritual spaces. Words like ceremony, ego, containers, energy, and initiation. Second, to build practical frameworks that practitioners and their clients can actually work with. And third, to give people who are genuinely curious about this world a clearer picture of how things actually function, the concepts, the mechanisms, the logic underneath the practice. What matters most to me is approaching these subjects with honesty, discernment, curiosity, and depth. We all know there are going to be concepts and experiences that can't fully be defined. Sometimes words simply just aren't enough. But if we can at least create a few guideposts here and there, something that helps point people in the right direction or give them a better framework to explore from, that has real value. I'm not here to create controversy or sell certainty. I'm more interested in exploration than ideology. So, whether you're here because you're curious about energy healing, practitioner development, consciousness, spirituality, or simply trying to make sense of experiences you can't easily explain, welcome. If anything I shared today resonated with you, if you're curious, questioning, or simply interested in developing a deeper understanding, I invite you to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And let me know in the comments if there is a concept in spirituality or energy healing that has ever confused you or felt difficult to define. Maybe we can explore it together. And remember to tune in, listen deeply, shift completely, and bloom. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.